Hi YouTube, it's Charity here. It's been a few weeks. It's been about, uh, 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks since I did an update. I'll start off like everybody else starts off, which is I had a revision surgery, lapband to vertical gastric sleeve with duodenal switch. On February 10th, 2014, my highest weight was 287, and that was back last year in 2013. My pre-op weight, which wasn't right before surgery, it was in January, about a month before, was 243. And my current weight is 196.4. So I'm in Wonderland, which I'm super excited about, but I'm also kind of discouraged. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I did an update, and I was 204 in my last update. So I think that was, let's see, 3 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks ago because I'm 7 weeks out. So the week after that, I got into Wonderland at 198, I think, 0.6. And that was really exciting. But then the last 2 weeks, I've lost just 1.8 pounds in 2 weeks. So I did have my period. That happened. I also, 2 weeks ago, started exercising again, which has been really nice. I'm starting out, starting slow and walking. I use my FitnessPal religiously now, so I use a pedometer when I walk my dogs. I downloaded these two great apps. They're Runtastic apps, not for the running, but there's one that's called Six Pack Abs, and also Squats Pro, or Pro Squats. So I've been doing that for a few days, doing the abs and the squats. So I figured I'll start with that and then build up. I've been crazy busy with our house. I'm renting right now, and we're looking to buy a house, and so our landlord's looking to sell this house. So it's been, showings, and I've got 5 dogs. So it's been running my dogs to my boarding and pet hotel, and then one of my dogs has issues, so she can only go to a place that's a gazillion miles away. So I've been a pet chauffeur for the past 3 weeks, which is why I've been scarce. So I'm dealing with a little bit of, I don't know, I guess it's like, it's almost, I guess, some anticlimactic sort of depression. Not really depression, just kind of blahness. It's like you get under 200. I think not having weighed myself or been able to weigh myself for so long. So every time I'd weigh myself, it had been months go by, right? And so it'd be this huge thing. But since surgery, I'm only down, let's see, wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, since surgery, when I started keeping track from like 220, because that was my, I was guesstimating approximately 220 before surgery, closer to surgery. I've lost 23.6 pounds, and I guess in 7 weeks, that's good. And considering I lost a lot of weight before the surgery, so my goal weight is, I'm not as big as I was, so I'm sure the last 50 pounds isn't going to come off as fast as the first 80 something pounds did. But I feel a little kind of like about it when I feel like, or when I think I should be going, whoa, I can't believe I'm in Wonderland. It's been like 4 years since I've been under 200. And even though it was just, I think it was because last week I was down 1.8 pounds. I weighed 196.4, and then I got on the scale because I only weigh myself once a week on Tuesdays. because I don't want to get bogged down with weighing myself too much. But um, I got on the scale today, and I was 196.4 exactly. So I lost nothing in the last week. So I found that a little discouraging. I decided, I went online. I see, plateaus are normal, especially my situation is a little bit different because I starved up until my surgery because of the restriction from the uh, scar tissue. So I know my weight loss is going to be different, and everybody's is. But I guess just accepting, because I just felt like, ooh, I'm trucking along, I'm not going to have plateaus. And then it hits you and you're like, oh, I don't want a plateau. I really don't want it. I just don't want it. So then I'm going over everything I'm eating, and I'm thinking, okay, well, no matter what, I went from, I'm going down. Like I was a size 16. I'm in 14s now, like comfortable in 14s. So 16s are done, never to be seen or heard from again. So I know I'm losing inches, which I measured my waist today so that when I do hit these plateaus, I can kind of go, okay, let me measure something, and that'll help me get my mental, blah, satiated, I guess, because I'll have, inches lost and not if, and I was reading today about plateaus and how your body readjusts around 6 weeks after. There's some weight redistribution, there's some muscle redistribution, there's, your body adjusting to the lack of calories. And I definitely, am staying under 700, and I'm only absorbing 60% of that. So my carbs every day are under 60 every day, under 50 really. My sugars I keep under 15. My protein I try to get in as much as I can. I can only eat about 3 ounces or take in about 3 ounces at a time. So I'm kind of hovering, between 40 and 60 grams of protein, but in ratio to everything else I eat, it's the highest. I do protein first, always. And of course, I'm always working on getting more in. My fluids have been good. I'm getting more water in than I was, way more. I'm trying to get 64 ounces in a day. I know it's a little bit low, but I don't know how everybody gets all that stuff in. I've been kind of, I feel like, I know I talked about in another, I have some issues with food. Of course, everybody does, but I have issues with getting too extreme. And I feel like this last week, I really focused on not letting myself get too hungry, where before I was waiting until I was starving to eat, or waiting until I was starving and then waiting an hour after that. And now I feel like, well, maybe I should wait till my stomach is growling to eat because I didn't lose anything. So I'm going to try that this week. I'm going to try not take it too far, but not, eat in a way where I'm never hungry. And I know that sounds kind of bad, but I feel like you should at least, be physically hungry before you put things in your mouth. Not starve myself, not, starve till I'm, shoving things in my face. But also, I don't count my sauces that I put on. I do a little bit of barbecue sauce on my chicken. I do a little bit of barbecue sauce on my tofus and meats like that. And the reason is because I don't feel like it's enough. But then, maybe that's it. I put a little peanut sauce on some tofu. I put a little barbecue sauce on my chicken and stuff like that because it just, I just feel like if I'm only averaging about 500 calories a day, and I keep my sugars low enough and I keep my protein high enough that a little sauce here and there, I'm not going to measure out tablespoons, but you know what, if I keep plateauing, and sorry, that was rude. If the plateau hangs around, then I'm going to start, measuring out all my sauces and stuff like that. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm on antidepressants for ages. My family's chemical imbalances. They're all crazy. And so, I'm no exception. And I did let my medication, I just have anxiety and mild depression. So it's not like, bipolar and I stopped my meds or anything like that. But I did kind of forget to refill my meds. And so I've been off them for a few days. So that may have something to do with how I'm feeling, I guess, about everything. I feel, I still get fatigue. My activity level is much higher. I get up earlier. I'm not sleeping till noon every day. I'm not having as much trouble falling asleep, which is great. Like I said, I'm down to a 14. I could probably squeeze into some 12s, which is really 3 sizes away from my goal. So I guess I shouldn't obsess too much about the numbers, but I really want to get to 150. And the reason is if I'm at between 145 and 150, I've got a great cushion of, if I fluctuate a little bit, that's a really good cushion for me. But yeah, I'm a little discouraged about the plateau. I know everybody gets discouraged about the plateaus. And like I said, I did some reading and I get the redistribution of weight. I get the redistribution of all that stuff. Unfortunately for my partner, my fiance, my sex drive, I don't know. Do you guys find that around, I don't know, my sex drive is kind of low. Like, I don't know if that's appropriate to talk about, but I guess that has to do with energy level too. I don't know if anybody's experienced that sort of, kind of, I could care less either way. I love him and I think he's sexy and he's fabulous and whatever, but I just kind of feel like, I just feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel like, sorry about that. I just don't feel very sexy right now for some reason, even though I'm losing weight and I'm usually a pretty confident person. I'm feeling a little kind of funny. So I'm not sure what that's about. I haven't noticed any hair loss, but I think that's mostly because my hair's short. I cut it off and my hair isn't like super thick. So when your hair falls out when it's short and it's, when your hair's shorter, it feels thicker anyway. I haven't noticed it, so I don't know if it is falling out or not. I take my biotin religiously, so I don't know if it'll just be down the road or not. All I know is that this growing out business is really bumming me out, and the going from red to blonde is bumming me out because I feel like I've literally got Conan O'Brien's hair. Yeah, and there's absolutely nothing I can do with it. It just won't do anything. It's either like slick it down, and even then, my hair's kind of voluminous because I have so much of it. So even when I try to slick it down, it just kind of puffs up and does this like, hey, I'm Conan O'Brien thing. Like Conan O'Brien's soccer mom. That's been bumming me out a little bit too. So yeah, I don't know. So far, I can't complain too much. My boobs are definitely shrinking. I need to start doing some push-ups and stuff because I do have this. My tummy, I do have skin, but everything's shrinking. My thighs, like I said in an earlier video, I know what I'm going to have to do cosmetically, so I need to get on top of finding a surgeon because I want to do it all at once. I'm okay with the loose skin because I knew it was coming. I knew my problem areas. I know this part I'm not going to worry about this as far as surgery goes because, I'm 33. Eventually it'll snap back as much as it's going to snap back. And once I start doing upper body workouts, I build muscle pretty well. I do have plenty of stretch marks and skin on my tummy, although it is flat underneath clothes, which is nice. I don't have too much skin hanging. It's just mostly like if I lean over, and I'll do some shots in another video, but when I lean over, the skin, it looks kind of like a crinkly bag, but there's not a lot of it like apron-like, so I'm lucky that way. My boobs, of course, are small and they're sagging, so I'm going to get that taken care of too. But overall doing well, other than this like little plateau. It's kind of bumming me out, but I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm adding in exercise. I've been watching everybody's videos, which is, great. Super cool that everybody watches my video, or not everybody, I don't know. Super cool that anybody, I mean, watches my videos. What I've been eating lately is really protein shakes. I do BSN Synthesix, BSN Lean Dessert. I do Cellucor, which I think I'm going to switch to, because they really have good flavors too, and almost all of theirs is 25 grams of protein or more, and 130 calories instead of 200, which some of the Synthesix are. The Quest bars, VSG Hope, thank you so much for talking about Quest bars in your videos, because they are such a lifesaver and they taste good. My favorite are the cookie dough because it has chunks of chocolate. The raspberry white chocolate because it has chunks of chocolate. Coconut cashew I love just because it tastes coconutty and cashewy. I'm not a huge fan. I don't like the strawberry cheesecake at all. The chocolate peanut butter is pretty good. And the peanut butter supreme is pretty good. I like that there's nuts in it. I was really obsessed with crab for a long time, and it's weird because it's kind of passing, although I do still want to eat it, just not as much. Sashimi, I still crave. I find my head cravings are still there for sweets. I don't follow through on them once in a while, and I kind of feel like I'm obsessing about that too. Like I have some Turkish Delight here. I have sweets in my cupboard that I don't really touch. But I do have a bite of Turkish Delight. I got some sugar-free Peeps too. I had 2 or 3 of those, which if I'm going to have a Peep, I'm just going to have a regular one. They're disgusting. And they have just as many carbs. So I'd rather have 1 regular Peep for 4 sugars than 3 sugar-free Peeps for 23 carbs because of the sugar alcohol, but no sugars. Anyway. So I feel guilty for even those sort of eating those Turkish Delights, even though I eat like, I don't know if anybody knows what Turkish Delight is, but these little squares and it's rose flavored. And they're about, I don't know, they're a little cube, an inch cubed, maybe 1.5 inches cubed. And I'll have like 1 bite of that. And then I feel kind of guilty because it's sugar and I'm thinking, well, maybe that's why I'm plateauing, and I don't know. I know this is a little rambly and a little disconnected, but I just feel kind of strange. I don't know if you guys, if anybody's gone through a little bit of a bummer after, even though like things aren't really going that bad. Like I've lost weight. I'm going down sizes. I have more energy, even though it's funny, like I'll have energy and then as soon as my energy's gone, it's done and I'm kind of done for the day. So I have more energy than I used to because, of course, I was starving before and now I'm getting my vitamins and everything. But it's like I'll get up. It'll take me a little bit to get going, but I definitely get up earlier. So I get up around 9 or 10 in the morning now. And I'm sorry. I always feel like I look really big in these videos when, I don't know, maybe it's just the way I'm sitting. Maybe I'm just crazy. What was I saying? Yeah, I feel a little disjointed about everything, even though, you know, I keep track of everything. I'm organized. I'm eating the right things. I'm drinking lots of fluids. Like I said, I'm getting up earlier. I'll get up early. I'll take care of the dogs, you know, do some housework, which is crazy, because I don't like it and I usually don't do it. And then I'll do what I need to do. And then it's like, if I start fading, I'm done. Once I start fading in the afternoon, or if I lay around all morning and then I start fading in the evening because I've started later, I'm kind of like done. And so I've had some fatigue, and I think not just fatigue, but a little depression, which could be from, I know it's from my medication that I skipped some days and then, but I think it's also bummerness or bummed outness that I'm not sure what it's about. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody has some insight on that. I think I might go and do a post-op with Dr. Gagne. But I'm happy about my pouch. Some days I think, you know, God, I think I'm stretching it out. And then, but like overall in general, I can't eat more than 3 ounces of food, so at a time. So I'm pretty happy about that. And that's about it. Exercising, doing what I'm eating when I'm supposed to. Like I said, sauces are extra stuff I don't really count. And like I'll pop a pickled beet once in a while, and I don't put that in my Fitness Pal because I don't feel like, or like a marinated artichoke. I don't know why I have cravings for those things. Vinegar, I think. So I have them in my fridge, and I'll just pop an artichoke once in a while, or a beet. And I don't count those, but I can't imagine that would plateau me. A pickled beet. I think it's like 5 calories for one. So I'm just going to kind of keep doing what I'm doing and see if it's, you know, if anything changes next week. And then if not, I'll start keeping track of the sauces. And in general, I'm going to try to use a little bit less sauce. So I know this has been really long and it's a little rambly and a little weird, but I don't know, I'm feeling a little weird, so it's appropriate for me today. Thank you so much for everybody's support. Thanks for watching my videos. I just really did this to keep myself accountable and maybe help somebody and kind of give some information. Yeah, it's been fun, and I, you know, even now, like I feel I'm kind of in a funny place, and I feel a little bit better now that I talked about it. So I hope you guys are having a great time, a great night, a great weight loss journey, and I think maybe I'm gonna do a video next week because I feel like I need to maybe do them more often, and then that may help me not to get into a funk. I don't know. We'll see. So have a great night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.